The NBA offseason is one of my favorite times of year because basically teams are in the ultimate get better mode, or at least they should be. When it comes to building an NBA team, it's not just a one-step process. You don't necessarily get one guy and everything is fixed, unless that guy is like LeBron James and the other guy is like Anthony Davis, and you're an organization like the Lakers that can attract players regardless of how bad you've been over the past decade. Hey, but I'm getting besides my point. Building a winner in the NBA is typically a process that takes time. And don't get it confused, winning doesn't just have to be winning a championship. Look at an organization like the Toronto Raptors or like the Boston Celtics, teams that are good what feels like every single year. All too often, I feel like we see NBA teams try to skip steps to becoming good, and it's teams that really shouldn't be skipping any steps. One team that I would love to make the ascension and become good again is the Sacramento Kings. This is a team whose history is very rich, but somehow easily forgotten. Right now, the Sacramento Kings have one of the NBA's best up-and-coming point guards in De'Aaron Fox. We hear about NBA players taking leaps, taking that next step all of the time, but for some reason, you rarely ever hear anybody talking about De'Aaron Fox. Fox is one of, if not the fastest player in the NBA. His rookie season, he averaged 11.6. Sophomore, he jumped to 17.3. And now, this past season, he averaged 21.1 points, while upping his efficiency every single season. This past season, he was shooting nearly 50% from the field. But like I said, essentially, nobody was talking about it. At times, it feels like the NBA is a league of hype beasts everywhere. And if you ask me, I think De'Aaron Fox should have more. And as it stands right now, the current hype is that people think, maybe not people, Heat fans think, De'Aaron Fox is coming to Miami. After all of the moves we saw last season, absolutely nothing in the NBA could surprise me. We essentially saw Buddy Hield get traded for DeMarcus Cousins at one point in the NBA. Again, nothing could possibly shock me. I'm here to tell you guys the truth about De'Aaron Fox and the Miami Heat. But before we go any further, be sure to subscribe, be sure to turn on notifications. You will not want to miss another Get Like Coop video. And that's facts. Guys, you will not want to miss a GLC stream. Be sure to follow my stream. The link is going to be in the description below. Also, subscribe to my NFL channel. If you guys like football, we're about to start going hard over there. Lastly, if you guys are enjoying the content, be sure to drop a like on the video. It's always much appreciated. So we have to start off by saying Miami's a great team. Just like Toronto, just like Boston, the Miami Heat are a team I feel like that's going to be good for a very long time. It's not a team that necessarily is banking on signing big free agents every year, even though that's what it's starting to feel like. You see Heat fans saying that they're essentially getting everybody and they're set up so well that it's hard to doubt them. Miami's a great city. If I was in the NBA, it would be #1 on places that I would want to play. Not only is Miami a great city, but the culture and the team is just phenomenal. It has things that are absolutely irreplaceable, and they have assets that are also irreplaceable. Coaches like Spoelstra, those are very, very hard to come by. Miami doesn't just have the ability to sign a star. They're not just a desirable destination. We saw Jimmy Butler go there, but they also can trade for a star. And I think that's what makes this team so scary when it comes to potentially getting star players that are on the outs. I'll give it to Miami fans. I've seen more happen with less news, with less proof. So one day ago, NBA Central posts De'Aaron Fox has sold his house in Folsom, California for over $1.7 million. This was a very shocking post, not because it's pointing to De'Aaron going to Miami, but because this was a sale that happened a while ago. It's not necessarily new news, but this news was new for all of the fans that saw it for their first time yesterday. Players buy and sell houses all of the time. The truth is, these guys have a lot of money A lot of players have multiple houses, and I don't necessarily think this should surprise anybody. Remember when LeBron bought that house in Los Angeles and he ended up, that's a bad example. That's a joke. But multiple players have houses in LA, one of those players being Bradley Beal. Does this mean Bradley Beal is going to Los Angeles to play basketball? No, it just means that Los Angeles is a great spot to own a house if you're in the NBA, and it's a beautiful city. We saw people going crazy over Anthony Davis selling his house in Los Angeles when all signs point to AD just resigning in LA. But of course, the rumors of De'Aaron Fox leaving the Kings go a lot deeper than just the sale of this house. October 31st, a fan found that De'Aaron Fox had unfollowed the Kings on IG, and he put "Heat season" with the eye emoji. Now, you see, the problem with this is people are acting like this was a new unfollow. This unfollow actually happened a while back. And knowing Fox on a personal level, I can tell you that there was no intent or malice behind the unfollow. Now here's the part that really got me. So Miami Heat fans caught wind of a Bam Adebayo and De'Aaron Fox convo on IG. In this convo, Fox said, "Remember what we talked about?" Exclamation mark. Bam replied with 2 shushing emojis. From the outside looking in, and with the Sacramento Kings' reported interest in Kira Lewis Jr., you can kind of understand why fans ran with this one. Personally, I think Fox and Bam Adebayo would be a devastating duo. I hope at some point in their career they do have the ability to play with each other, because Bam Adebayo and Fox, I feel like their games complement each other so well, and they're both 2 stars, 2 young stars in the NBA whose ascension is not close to being done. When it's all said and done, who knows exactly how good Bam or De'Aaron will be. Bam is already such a versatile player, can do essentially anything on the defensive side of the basketball and also on offense. And while Bam is versatile and one of the best young players in the league, there's no ego there. He's going to go out, play his hardest every night. He's going to do whatever it takes for his team to win. If you need Bam to go out and defend, be the best defender on the floor, he's capable of doing that. If you need him to go out, lead the team in points, lead the team in efficiency, those are things that aren't foreign to Adebayo, and he's a growing scorer. You see shades of greatness on the offensive end, and I look forward to watching his game progress more and more. And the same goes for De'Aaron Fox. If you guys would like a dedicated De'Aaron Fox breakdown video going forward, let me know down in the comments below, because I honestly feel like he might be the single most slept on player in the NBA. De'Aaron didn't just average 21 points this season. I know he averaged 21, but his 21 was much deeper than it appeared. High-level offensive player that has the potential to lead the NBA in steals per game. Things you love to see. So I personally asked Fox what him and Bam were referencing, and I can assure you it had absolutely nothing to do with him leaving the Sacramento Kings. Sacramento is a team that's been through a lot, and they can make things a lot better for themselves, picking the right player in this year's NBA draft. Experts might tell you it's a weak draft, but I think there's talent all over the board. You just have to hope your team sees it. Be sure to click the video on the screen right now. Be sure to subscribe. I'm GetLikeCoop. I'll see you guys in the next one.